Learning Campus. Today we are going to learn about reading comprehension part and how to solve it with some tricks. Yeah. So before starting the passage, we need to look at the questions so that we'll be able to focus on only the answers of those questions. So try to read the questions as quickly as possible. So the first question is, where was Lincoln born? First option is Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky and New York. Lincoln moved to Indiana at the age of 9, 10, 8 and 7. Abraham Lincoln became an author, a poet, Prime Minister, 16th President of USA. What Abraham borrowed from his neighbors? Wood, books, money and food. And the fifth question and the last question is, Lincoln was fond of books, politics, reading and all of this. Yeah. So we have read the questions, right? So try to read the passage as quickly as possible and underline the important information. So here, Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809 in a log cabin in Kentucky. A cabin is a small house made of wood. When he was 7 years old, his family moved to Indiana. In 1830, the family moved to Illinois. As a boy, Abraham loved books. He always borrowed books from his neighbors. He read them for a short time and took them back to their owners. Lincoln studied law in his free time. He was also interested in politics. He became 16th President of USA in 1861. So this is the paragraph, right? So try to underline the important information. So where did he born? So birth is very important place, right? So when, if they ask when, we need to answer this. So underline it. Even if it may possible to be asked a question. And the other thing is, where did he born? Kentucky. And a cabin is a small house made of wood. So we can, because there is a possibility to ask the synonyms of cabin or meaning of cabin. So yeah. And when he was 7 years old, his family moved to Indiana, and in 1830 his family moved to Illinois. As a boy, Abraham loved books. He always borrowed books from his neighbors. So what is he borrowing? Books. From whom? Neighbors. He read them for a short time and took them back to their owners. Lincoln studied law in his free time. What did he study in his free time? Law. He was also interested in politics. And when did he become the 16th President of USA? In 1861. So before moving to solve the questions, we need to look at the important information such as Indiana, Lincoln, Kentucky. See, all these words, these are called the names. So whenever the name starts in the paragraph, it has to start with a capital letter. See, here it is started with capital letter. Again, Indiana, it is started with capital letter. Again, Illinois, it is started with capital letter. And other information. Is there anything left? No, right? Yeah. Let's move to the questions. You have understand this paragraph, right? So try to solve the questions with this underlined parts. Where was Lincoln born? So it is very clear. Illinois, there is Illinois, and Indiana, there is Illinois. Kentucky, there is Kentucky, and New York. But New York, are they mentioned New York in the paragraph? No, right? So exactly we can eliminate the New York. But in these three options, we need to choose the right one. So again, born in this sentence itself, they have mentioned very clearly that only Kentucky, right? It is very clearly mentioned in this paragraph. Kentucky. Where did he born? Kentucky. So Kentucky is the right answer. And the other thing is, Lincoln moved to Indiana at the age of. So here he was moved. He was moved at the age of 7 years old to Indiana state. So they were moved. Here only they mentioned about the 7. So is there 9 in this paragraph anywhere? 10, 8? No. So these options are wrong. So exact answer is 7. That's the correct answer. And Abraham Lincoln became, is there anywhere mentioned about author? No. That's absolutely wrong. A poet? No. A Prime Minister? No. Only President. 16th President of USA is mentioned here, right? So it is the correct answer. And what Abraham borrowed from his neighbors? What was he borrowing? Is he borrowed food? Is he borrowed wood? Is he borrowed money? No. Food, no. Wood, no. He borrowed in wood. This log cabin means wood. But he did not borrow from his neighbors. So the only thing he borrowed from his neighbors is books. Right? So books is the right answer. And Lincoln was fond of. What is he fond of? He used to read the books, right? From borrowing his neighbors, he used to read the books. And again, he was also interested in politics. If he borrowed the books, he has to read it, right? So reading is absolutely the. So all of them are the correct answers. So, and one more trick I wanted to tell you is, it's a very fact-based information passage. So try to plot this paragraph. Plot in the sense, see where did it start and how did it end. It started with born. Where was he born? Kentucky. So like this it's going, he moved to Illinois, he moved to Indiana, and he borrowed books again and he became president, and they stopped the story. It is how the paragraph is going. Just contextualize the paragraph so that you will be able to understand it very easily, and moreover you need to observe the passage in a very careful manner, such as I explained about the nouns and not exactly the nouns, the title words that like Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Abraham Lincoln, all these words. Thank you for watching.